All right, so let's look at the example 2. For the example 2, we are given the set already. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as I said, when the set is given to you in the question, you don't have to generate another set. You use what is given to you in the question. Okay, so this one, we are asked to construct a multiplication and addition tables in base 5. So it means that this type of question, we are going to construct two different tables, one for addition and one for what? Multiplication. So let's quickly do that. Okay, so our two tables are set, one for addition and one for multiplication. And we are to do this in base 5. So as we did previously, let's quickly add them. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2, plus this 3, 4, and here will be 5. And 5, you know that when 5, the base is 5. So when 5 divides 5, how many times? 1. Remember what? 0. So it means to be 1 and then remainder 0. Now, if here is 2, then this plus that gives me 3. Here is what? 4. After 4, what do you get? 10. Then here will be what? 11. Now, when you are doing the addition and the multiplication, you see that it will follow what? A pattern. So when it follows a pattern, you don't waste your time. You just follow it like that. But it's not, take note that not every day that it will follow a pattern. That if here is this, then here should be, depending on what is given in the question. But in the cases like this, it will definitely follow a pattern. So if here is 3, then here is what? 4. And here will be 10. Here will be what? 11. And then 12. If here is 4, after 4, what do you get? You get what? 10. There's 1, 0. Here's 1, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 3. You see that? Great. So let's move on to the multiplication. So this time we are not going to add, but we are going to do what? Multiply. So 1 times 1, 1. Here is 2. Here is 3. And here is 4. Now 2, 1, 2. This is what? So 2 times 2 gives me what? 4. Okay, 2 times 3 gives me what? 6. And you realize that 6 is greater than 5 because the base is given in base 5. So if I have 6, so 6 divided by 5, 5 divided 6, how many times? 1. Remainder what? 1. So I'll put 1, remainder 1 here. Now 2 times 4 gives me what? 8. Okay, yes, 8. So if here is 8, 5 divides 8, how many times? 1. Remainder what? 3. So to be 1, remainder 3. Have you gotten that? Great. Now let's come here. This times this gives me 3. This times this gives me what? 6. So 6 divided by 6 divided by 5 would be what? 1. Remainder what? 1. Have you gotten that? Good. So you see that here it doesn't follow like that, because when you multiply 2 by 2, you are getting 4. When you multiply 2 by 3, you are getting what? 6. And 5 divided 6, 1 remainder 1. So here we have what? 3 here. So someone would have thought that because here is 3 and the next one is 4, so here should also be 4. Okay, even though here we had 4 before 11, but here is 3 before. So know that not always that it follows a pattern like that. So when you are doing it, you have to be careful. Okay, now 9 times 3 times 3 gives me what? 9. What is 9 divided by 5? So 9 divided by 5, how many times? 1. Remainder 4. Have you gotten that? Good. Now 3 times 4 gives me what? 12. So we have 12 here. Okay, yes, we have 12. Now for 12, 5 divides 12, how many times? 2. Remainder 2. 4 times 1 gives me 4. This times this gives me what? 8. So 5 divides 8, how many times? 1. Remainder 3. Okay. 4 times 3 gives me what? 12. 5 divides 12, how many times? 2. Remainder 2. 4 times 4 gives me what? 16. 5 divides 16, how many times? 3. Remainder 1. You see that? So for the multiplication and the addition, this is how you go about it. So once we are done with the table, then we can proceed to look at for the answers we are demand to find. Okay, so for the B part, for the B, we are to find what? 2 plus 2 times 3. Good. So as I said, always do what is in the bracket first, and we are going to use the same table. So 2 plus 2, now let's look on the table. So 2 here, 2 plus 2 is 4. Then I'll bring my times 3. Now 4 times 3, so where is my 4? This is 4. And where is my 3? This is 4. So it means that here and that. So 4 times 3 gives me what? 22 or 22. All right, good. So let's look at the II, which is 1 plus 2 times 2 plus 1. So here we come again, we do what is in the bracket first. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 is what? 3 times 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 gives us 3 again. Then we apply what? 3 times 3. So 3 times 3. 3 times 3 gives us what? 14. That is 1, 4. And that also gives us our answer. Okay, great. Now let's look at the C. So we are to find the true set of the following, where we have I given as y times y is equal to 31 or 31. Good. So it means that the values, when you look at this, is the multiplication table. Okay, this is multiplication. So it means that if you go to the multiplication table, once we have y here and we have y here, it means that a number from the set, when it multiplies itself, the answer should be 31. So you go to the table and check, or yes, you check which value will multiply itself, and then the answer will be what? 31. So you look at for where you have the answer here. So all these you find here are the answers. So you look at where 31 is. This is my 31. Then you trace it to the each side, and then you trace it to what? So the vertical and the horizontal. Okay, so you trace it to the horizontal part, then you locate where that value is. After that, you trace it from that part also to the vertical, and then you realize that you have 4 here, you have 4 here. So it means that 4 and 4 is the same thing. So it means when I write 4 multiplying 4, I'm going to get what? 31, because this and that are the same. This and that are the same. So that is the only situation that satisfies. If that is the case, then you conclude that therefore your true set is such that y, yes, because you have to find y. So y is such that y is equal to what? 4. And that is your true set. All right, good. Now let's look at the II. So for the II, we have y plus y multiplying 3 should be equal to 22. So here we come again. This is addition, so we go to the addition table. It means that if you find a value from the set, when that value is added to itself and multiplied by 3, the answer is what? 22. So in this case, you need to test for all of them. Okay, so you test for 2 and 2, okay, or let's say 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That is what you get here. So here it means that here will be 2. Then you multiply 2 by 3. You come to the multiplication, because here is multiplication. As I said, always deal with what is in the bracket first. So if I'm testing 1 and 1, it means that if I add 1 to 1, I'm going to get 2. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, because this is saying that it should be the same. So if it should be the same, I'm testing for 1 first. So 1, 1. Okay, so it means 1 plus 1 times 3. So here is 2 times 3. Now you check. Okay, so 2 times 3, 2 times 3, it's what? 11. So it is what? This one doesn't work. Okay, then we test for 2, 2. Okay, so for 2 plus 2 times 3, let's see what answer we are getting. So 2 plus 2. So on the table, 2 plus 2 also gives me what? 4 times 3. Then I'll go to the multiplication table. What is 4 times 3? So you trace it, and you realize that it is what? 22. So it means that this satisfies 22. So what value did we pick? We picked 2. Okay, since we picked 2, then we can conclude that therefore the truth set, so y is such that y is equal to 2. Okay, yes, so that is how we go about it. Now this is what for the multiplication and the addition table. Okay, so this is one part of the table. Now in our next video, we are also going to look at when we combine them tables with binary operations. Okay, when we combine tables with binary operations, we are going to look at that one and see how that one also works. Okay, so see you next time. Bye bye.